Back to the breaking news that we've been following throughout the evening, happening right now at Stone Oak and Sonterra Place in the Stone Oak area. Very dangerous situation there where 4 officers were shot and injured tonight.
4 officers were told non-life-threatening injuries, but still quite an active scene. Let's go live right now to Mike McManus, who's near this apartment complex. So, Mike, you mentioned to us earlier you're off Sonterra Place right now. So tell us what you're seeing. I'm sure a lot of officers right behind you.
Yes, Henry, it's still very, very active. A lot of officers coming and going. We've seen officers from SAPD. We've also seen DPS troopers wearing tactical gear. We've also seen several SWAT vehicles entering into this entrance to the apartment complex, which we are here located off of Sonterra Place, which is about 100 yards from 1604. We're right here in front of the Franklin Park Senior Living Facility. Now, let me step away and give you a little bit a better idea of what you're looking at here. I mean, there is just a swarm of officers here in this area. We've seen several choppers up in the air. As Chief McManus mentioned a short time ago, that they are still actively negotiating with the suspect there in that apartment complex. Now, what we can tell you is that we have heard several shots fired, but it has been some time since we have heard any shots fired. But it seems that the vehicles that we've seen going in are SWAT negotiators. So it seems that they are negotiating with that suspect there in that apartment complex, which is located in the 18,700 block of Stone Oak Parkway at the Sonterra Heights apartment. Now, just a couple of blocks away, we were earlier at the parking lot of Cornerstone Church, and there they seem to be kind of a medical staging area. We did witness 2 officers arrive there, and they were loaded up into an ambulance. But, you know, like you said, still a very active scene here off of Sonterra Place here near 1604. So that's the very latest information we have. Obviously, police are still going to be here for quite some time, and obviously our thoughts and prayers are with those officers who were injured. Again, 4 officers shot here responding to a suicide call, and that call came in just around 8:30 this evening.
All right, thank you, Mike. We'll continue to monitor the situation from where you are at. Meantime, just a quick note that residents are being asked to stay inside. Many of the roads there in and out of the Stone Oak area are blocked off right now. So overall, just folks need to stay inside as this is a very dangerous situation unfolding at this hour.
They do. In fact, Isis, I just want to mention that Joseph Laredo is the person who lives at Sonterra Heights, where he's the eyewitness, was seeing exactly what was all unfolding. He just messaged me a few minutes ago saying they tried to evacuate their building, but we're told they were in the crossfire, so they couldn't leave. So right now, he and his mother, they're hunkering down. They're on the 3rd floor. So I told him when I spoke to him, hope that they can be safe like everyone else out there. We don't want anyone else hurt. But right now, we do have 4 officers with non-life-threatening injuries sent to the hospital.
Let's go ahead and go to Simone Simpson, who is right across 1604 at the Valero. I think you're still there, Simone. Are you still at the Valero, or where are you now?
Hey, ECs, no, we are across the street from Cornerstone Church. As I've been standing here for the last few minutes, we've been seeing some police units come and go inside of that parking lot. But I do want to wrap up the details that we have right now. Again, this is preliminary information from Chief McManus. He did classify this as a suicide in progress, where 4 officers have been shot, all ranging in years of experience from 4 to 8 years. One was shot in the lower extremity and another was shot in the upper torso. We have learned that they have been transported to the hospital, but these are non-life-threatening injuries. They are working on getting the suspect. At this time, the suspect has not yet been apprehended, which also adds to this being a very active situation. And we also want to state that Chief McManus said that the suspect is a male in his 40s. We will continue to keep you updated as we get more details. And also, we also want to let you know that SWAT is setting up right now. And so As we've been standing out here, we have not seen much at Cornerstone Church, but we have talked with a few people who have come up to us asking questions about what is going on. So we've been trying to fill them in just as we're trying to fill you in at home. For now, reporting live from across Cornerstone Church, Simone Simpson, KENS 5.
All right, thanks so much, Simone. And I just got off the phone with Lieutenant Michelle Ramos with San Antonio Police just now. She mentioned that they're getting a lot of word that a lot of the people at Centerra Heights Apartments, they're going live on Facebook, showing the exact movement of these officers. She's saying for the safety, please do not do that. If you are living at Centerra Heights and you are seeing the movement, please be safe first off, but don't go on Facebook Live and broadcast the exact movement of these officers, because as we mentioned, the threat is not over. According to the chief, it's still very hot right now.
Yeah, and that's something that we as the media try to abide by, is making sure to respect their agency and make sure that we're not showing any of their actions or movements while they're in this kind of negotiating position with a potential suspect. And so, again, just to heed that warning about not going on Facebook Live and showcasing some of these SWAT or undercover officers' positions. It does put them in danger. It
does. And throughout the night, you've been hearing from an eyewitness, Joseph Laredo. Again, these are live pictures right now. 4 officers shot in Stone Oak. Joseph Laredo lives at Centerra Heights. He's been there since the beginning. He lives there with his mom. I believe we do have another account from him. I think I was asking him at this point, just seeing all of this unfold right outside of his window. I mean, typically, you know, as he mentions, this is a very quiet area. I know it's very cliche that we hear that from a lot of people when we talk to them about a shooting happening in their neighborhood, but in Stone Oak, you really hardly ever see this, exactly what they're seeing right now. Let's take a listen to what he said.
Surreal, you know, it doesn't feel real just because, like, I never had issues living here. It's a very quiet community. I mean, Stone Oak in general is very quiet. Nothing really happens over here. And kind of just seeing that happen, it's kind of just like, it just put in perspective, like, nowhere's really safe, no matter what side of town you're on.
And again, that was Joseph Laredo there, who lives at Centerra Heights. You know, he said, I was thinking what's really tough about these officers, you know, dealing with 4 of their own officers hurt, but the threat isn't over. They're still out there trying to protect the public, which is a really tough situation. Is that, you know, of exactly what they're seeing out there is really hard. Yeah, and at last check with Mike McManus, we're going to go back to Mike here in just a second, but he mentioned that the hostage negotiating team was called in. He's seeing a lot of officers in SWAT gear. Mike, if you can hear us, what's the situation now? Has anything changed from the last time we checked in with you?
Well, ECs, we're seeing a lot of movement with those SWAT vehicles. It seems like they're getting ready for some type of maybe action or some type of movement towards that apartment complex. We've seen a couple of armored vehicles, SAPD SWAT, some type of tactical gear. So, I mean, it seems like they're actively moving towards the apartment complex. And like I said, the SAPD SWAT vehicle did arrive here, the hostage negotiators. So it seems like they are actively working to talk with that suspect to, you know, try to get him to surrender. But we're still seeing a lot of police presence out here, lots of officers, lots of troopers in tactical gear, lots of armed rifles as well. And we are still seeing the choppers ahead over the apartment complex. And once again, we're located here, 18,700 block of Stone Oak Parkway at the Centerra Heights Apartments. Like I said, it's still very, very active. Seems like a very, very dangerous situation. So please make sure and avoid the area out here. But it definitely seems like police are going to be out here for a long time. Now, be sure to stay tuned with us online for the very latest updates. And of course, we will have as much information as we can here in the morning shows as well. For now, that's the very latest. Mike McManus, KENS 5.
Thank you so much, Mike. And as Mike mentioned, we're going to continue to monitor the situation out there, where our reporters will stay there on the scene until this comes to hopefully a peaceful end tonight. But again, stay with us here on KENS 5 for the very latest.
Yes, the KENS 5.